Rel here, and I'm back again to talk about the new 2024 film Chief of Station, starring Aaron Eckhart. We all know him as Harvey Dent in The Dark Knight and the President and Olympus Has Fallen, and various other movies. We're back with this new film that is coming to theaters Friday, May 2nd. I'm sorry, May 3rd. Almost got that day right. Friday, May 3rd, coming to select theaters in VOD in the States. So I'm here to talk about it. I'm here to talk about if this is worth your time, if this is worth your VOD purchase, or if it's worth going to the theater. I can tell you right now that it is not. It is definitely not. I was definitely expecting. Well, I'm not gonna say I was expecting because I didn't watch the trailer or anything. As you guys know, I don't really typically watch the trailers for these movies. But I jumped right into it. I'm like, okay, started off pretty promising. It quickly went on a roller coaster decline of just disappointment. This movie is directed by Jesse Johnson, who's directed some really good action movies. A lot of movies with Scott Adkins. Last movie that I reviewed that he did was Boudica God of War, which I thought was very, very well done. The action was really done. I kind of wanted to see more of that. And I was on board right from the jump. How quickly I was disappointed. And I'm not even blaming Jesse for this because he could only direct the strongest the writing. And some directors can make a really bad script into a really fantastic movie, and this is not where it's at. Written by George McAfee for this movie. I just want to make sure I get the credits right. Does not have a lot of credits here. Is known for Dust, Chief of Station, and Heat Seekers. So maybe that has a lot to do with just the experience here of the writing. But again, like I said, no excuses. A good director can bring out some good writing. So let me just give you a little bit of the description for this movie, and I'll just kind of go into some points as to why the movie just didn't hit for me personally. And I'm not saying it's the worst thing I ever saw, but yeah, I'll let you guys decide. Let me go into the story here. So after learning the death of his wife was not an accident, former CIA station chief is forced back into the espionage underworld, teaming up with an adversary to unravel a conspiracy that challenged everything he thought and knew. Seems very complex, doesn't it? You read that description, you're like, man, this sounds good. It just really goods in the really bare bones. Like I said, I was excited, like I said, to see this like revenge story, the mystery of like, what happened, and it quickly just gets really dumb. There is some scenes in the movie where they get into a lot of the tech. They get into a lot of like trying to break down, some of the tracking and stuff like that the CIA use, and it just looks like I'm watching a 90s version of Hackers, and they did a better job of doing that. If this is what the CIA is actually capable of, and this is how this movie is showing me, this is quite disappointing. It was just terrible. I really expected more, especially with this movie being this level of espionage, and they make it seem like these agents, like the way they get intel, stuff like that, is like shoestring budget, man. It just really didn't convince me. Otherwise, like I said, just seeing some of the tech stuff like that, and then they really don't explain any of it, to be honest. It's just like, oh, your phone's hacked, oh, your computer's hacked, but never go into like who did it, how it happened, XYZ. I think that's what really kind of just pisses me off. Just overall, this movie is labeled as a conspiracy thriller action movie. I guess, yeah, I guess that's what you want to call it. As far as the acting, outside of Aaron Eckhart, honestly, the acting is really, again, this is not great acting here in this movie. Again, people are trying their best. I'm not trying to shit on the movie whatsoever, but man, this is just bad. Some of their interactions just don't seem natural. Some of the characters feel like they just completely forgot their lines at times. I feel like people forgot which character they were playing in the movie, and I'll let you guys watch that too. Maybe you'll see some scenes where like, is this guy supposed to be this person or XYZ? And again, this is an espionage movie, so it should feel like that. Like, potentially somebody is going to turn, or somebody is somebody else. But no, I just think they just legitimately forgot their lines in the movie. And I could be tripping. The characters just, I mean, there's some they really try to play up some serious stuff here, and it just completely void of emotion throughout the entire movie. I mean, again, I read the description. The guy's wife dies, and that's the whole catalyst for the movie. He's going around the world trying to find his wife's killer, and you just don't care. It almost seems like the character itself is just not even that vested. I mean, they may have like again, I mean, there's not a spoiler, but like a little time skip here. And man, it just seems like it just didn't matter. Like I said, I just didn't feel it. All the other characters in the movie didn't seem like they were that heartbroken over the death. Just the characters' interactions with each other, man, just felt so weird. Again, I don't know if that was a director choice. Again, if that was the way it was written, but it just, man, it was not good. The action in the movie. Again, Jesse Johnson, again, really good action director. I don't know what to say. This is not his best work. The action in this is by far weak. Is as the kids say, mid. It's terrible. There's a lot of gunfight scenes that just seem like we literally have stormtroopers shooting each other throughout the movie. There are scenes where like the characters are point blank range, and for whatever reason, story wise, the characters just stop shooting until like the character starts to move or run away from them. It just so freaking, in a movie that I'm already watching that's supposed to be pretend, it feels like it's fake. If that makes any sense. Like this movie is just so, I don't understand how do you make an action movie boring. It just was not good. And then every time it said, they had a couple scenes where it was like some hand-to-hand combat. Now I will give it credit on that. There was one particular scene at a casino that I really thought was really well done by Aaron Eckhart. I really haven't used to seeing him in a lot of action movies. Of course, Olympus Has Fallen and Batman, but he didn't really do anything in that. But this is the first time seeing him kind of do action roles. So it's kind of weird. Because he is not really billed as an actor that's like a Jason Statham or something like that, Gerard Butler. So it's kind of weird just seeing him in this role. But like I said, I thought that scene in the casino was really, really good, well done. The action was good, and then it just goes downhill from there. At that point, it just kind of looks like just old men just fighting each other. Again, the gun scenes are just not great. I don't know if this movie is this PG-13, because it surely did not feel like a rated R movie. It just drops the ball on a lot of different stuff. Like I said, I'm not sure why the dialogue was written the way that it was. A lot of the direction choices, why some of the stuff was shown the way it was. Now, don't get me wrong. I do think that it was really shot very well. Again, Jesse Johnson, really good action director. But the writing itself just did not hold up for the rest of the film. Like I said, it just really drops the ball right there. Chief of Station, like I said, Aaron Eckhart being the draw. We got Olga Kurylenko playing Christiana. We got Alex Pettyfe, who's playing John Branch. We got a lot of Russian actors, which I think is a really good sign here. At least they did. They were able to get Russian actors to play in a movie where primarily they are kind of jumping around the world and and Russian espionage agents. But other than that, the character who plays Chris Petrovsky, who plays Nick, who is Ben's son and Eric's son, he's terrible. Again, no shade to him. I just think the writing was just bad. I'm pretty sure he's capable of more. I want to see him potentially redeem himself from this movie. But this, and I hate to label it, this feels like a movie that you would get out of the bargain bin, or this is something that I don't even want to say Netflix because Netflix probably wouldn't have picked this up, but this feels like this is just one of those movies, man, you just find on the random. Like this is one of those I needed to pick up a check type movies. And unfortunately it shows. The movie is not great. Again, I personally don't recommend it. That you watch it via VOD or in the movies. If you really just want to watch it, if you're an Aaron Eckhart fan, if you like Jesse Johnson, check it out. But other than that, I don't think it's worth the 90 minutes that they asked for the time investment. The action's not great. The story is weak as hell. The car chase scenes, I don't even know what I was watching here. I don't know, like if we were just we didn't have the insurance for the actors and we just couldn't take the chances, like because it literally looked like car chase. It was, like I said, it was just not good. Um, like I said, just some of the stuff in this movie just overall just irritated the hell out of me. But overall, again, don't recommend. Chief of Station is not great. Aaron Eckhart is not enough of a draw to justify this movie being as bad as it was. Jesse, again, I know you've done better movies. Again, I don't think it's your fault, but man, some of the choices here were just puzzling. Again, movie comes out this Friday, May 3rd, in VOD and select theaters. If you really must see it and you do watch it, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you thought about the movie. I am very curious to know if everybody's feeling the same way about this, or if you just have a different opinion and I'm tripping about it. But like I said, Chief of Station coming out May 3rd. Let me know what you thought. If you do spend the money or you do find a way to see it, let me know. Leave me a comment, and I'll see you guys next time for another review. See you.